Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Altamont Freddie Butler.
And I'm Ricardo Baby Gardner, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beaten thing, pineapple sea moss. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Simon Preston. Welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you all so much for being here. So everybody can be more involved in the channel. Everybody doing okay? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and comment as well. Where are you watching this video from right now? Is it Fort Lauderdale? Is it Miami, Portmore, St. Catherine, Negril, Moat Bay, LA, Toronto, London, Birmingham, Manchester, Yorkshire? Where are you watching this video from? Let me know. All right. So yeah. DNA Football says, big up, Sam. Big up. Hope you're doing well. I'm sure Special says, Sammy P. Wagwan. I see a comment, Jamaican Englishman. I'm going to come to it quite shortly. Lee says, New York. Ricardo Miller says, Kingston, Jamaica. Mr. J says, what's up, Rochester, New York? And Rochester, all right. You're not far from Toronto at all. Because, you know, Rochester to Toronto in terms of driving, you're talking about 2 hours and 30 minutes thereabouts. But at least to get to the border, you know, because like Buffalo, you're like hanging on the border, basically. You know what I'm saying? And Rochester to Buffalo is like an hour or change, hour and change. But that's interesting to have Jamaicans all over the place. That's really exciting to see. A lot of Reggae Boys matches to come. I'm excited. And Jason Guna says, bless up, Simon. Bless up, Jason. How you doing? Okay, let's get right to this video, guys. As you guys know, the CONCACAF Nations League is following the same format as it did in 2023-2024 season, right? And I remember in the 2023-2024 season, what I would love to do is show you, all right, exactly what I'm talking about so you guys understand everything, all right? So boom. So what you see on your screen right now is the seedings prior to the draw in the 2024 season. So remember, Jamaica was in pot 2, right? But this time around for this draw, Jamaica is in pot 1, all right? You guys follow me so far? And if you realize the teams in pot 1, right? The teams in pot 1 played the teams that were in pot 4, pot 5, and the teams in pot 2 that played home and away. So, for example, Haiti, as you can see there in pot 1, Haiti took on Cuba, who were in pot 4. Haiti also took on Suriname, who were in pot 5. And Haiti took on Jamaica home and away, which was in pot 2. So, when you use that logic, heading into this CONCACAF Nations League cycle, Jamaica is now in pot 1. All right. Mr. J says, I drive there the other day, Canada. That's it, about hour and a half away. Cool, cool. Peter Mister says, greetings, Simon. So, as I said, guys, if we are to follow the same format in terms of matches, we, in a sense, know what our group will be, but at least for the time frame, we know the draw is May 6th and Jamaica is in pot 1. So as a result of that, it means that with Jamaica being in pot 1, it means that Jamaica will not face Costa Rica in the group stages of the CONCACAF Nations League. However, we know the teams in pot 2, pot 3, pot 4, pot 5, and pot 6. And if Jamaica is to, rather, if the same format is used from the CONCACAF Nations League for last year into this year in terms of the schedule of matches, then in a sense, we have an idea already of the matchups for Jamaica. But we can walk it through together. Because remember, Jamaica is in pot 1, right? As you can see on your screen, Jamaica, pot 1. So the first match would be a home match against a team from pot 4. Who is in pot 4? Cuba and Guatemala. So Jamaica, most likely, would face one of Cuba or Guatemala at home in the CONCACAF Nations League come September. All right, good. So now that we have that said, let's now look at the teams in pot 2, because the teams in pot 2 are the closest to Jamaica in terms of seedings and also rankings in the CONCACAF Nations League. So with that being said, Jamaica will face one of Honduras or Guatemala home and away in the CONCACAF Nations League if we're going to use the same format as last year. In a sense, if the same format is used from last year into this year of the CONCACAF Nations League, then essentially what it would look like if we're following the same format as last year in terms of matches, it would look as if Jamaica would be playing against Cuba or Guadeloupe at home. Then Jamaica would face Honduras or Guatemala away. Then Jamaica would face Nicaragua or Suriname away. And then Jamaica will end the group stages of the CONCACAF Nations League in October at home against one of Honduras or Guatemala. Because as you know already, there's going to be a team from pot 2 in Jamaica's group, a team from pot 3, a team from pot 4, a team from pot 5, and a team from pot 6. So remember, in the last edition, right, you had Haiti and Panama that were pot 1 teams, but Haiti did not play Grenada. Remember that? Haiti did not play Grenada, as you'd remember, and Haiti did not play Honduras. So with this format, Jamaica would not face Trinidad or Martinique, and Jamaica would not face French Guiana or Guyana. When you're looking at the matches in particular, So when you put that into perspective, Jamaica are going to play twice against the team that is closest to them within the CONCACAF rankings index. And that will be one of Honduras or Guatemala, whoever is in Jamaica's group. And of course, Jamaica would be at home to one of Cuba or Guadeloupe, and of course play away to one of Nicaragua or Suriname. Okay, so everybody is clear and that can understand that. So again, I want to reiterate that the Nations League is following the same format in relation to a group stage, 6 teams in each group, each team playing 4 games, top 2 advancing to the quarterfinals of the competition. The Nations League is following that exact same format, and the exact same format of there are 2 teams in your group that you will not play, and a team that you will play away versus a team that you'll only play at home. Because remember, the last year of the Nations League, Jamaica did not play Suriname and Jamaica did not play Cuba, right? So everybody understands that so far. However, when you're looking at this time of the Nations League, we'll have to wait and see if it will follow the same format now in terms of matches now, if it's going to follow the same format in terms of matches in relation to the scenario of opponents, fixtures. We know for sure 2 matches. I've put up the schedule for you. We know for sure 2 matches in September, 2 matches in October. And if you're finishing in the top 2 of your group, then you're going to have quarterfinals to play in November. And then, of course, the Nations League final itself come March next year. But you know for sure, you're playing 2 matches in September, 2 matches in October, and in November, you have the quarterfinals where you'll play one of 4 teams, one of USA, Mexico, Canada, or Panama. And again, let me reiterate here now. Jamaica is able to finish at the top of their group, then Jamaica would face one of Panama or Canada. If Jamaica finishes as a runner-up, then it would mean taking on one of Mexico or the United States in the quarterfinals. That just gives a little bit of information for you guys in relation to these matches so that you are aware. So again, I know persons would have tuned into this video quite late. Again, I want to say to those of you that are tuning in at this point in time, welcome aboard. Thank you all for tuning in to Reggae Boys Commentary. It is greatly appreciated. If you guys haven't already, we encourage you to hit the like button, and after doing so, to hit the subscribe button as well. All right? So that is the situation there. Okay, good. So again, if it follows the same format of Jamaica, if it follows the same format of last edition of the Nations League, where you have a scenario of, in terms of the matches, in terms of the teams in each pot, then if it follows that same format, then we're looking at Jamaica at home to one of Cuba or Guadeloupe, Jamaica away to Honduras or Guatemala, and then in October now, it would follow the sequence of Jamaica being away to Nicaragua or Suriname, and then Jamaica being at home to one of Honduras or Guatemala. Okay, so everybody is aware about that and understands exactly that. And as we saw, remember, Jamaica was in pot 2, the last edition of the Nations League, and Jamaica had back-to-back home games and then back-to-back away games. So it wouldn't necessarily follow that same format. No, it'll be a game at home and a game on the road, and then a game on the road and then a game at home, you know? So in terms of that specific format, so that everybody is aware, you know? So that helps put things into perspective for everybody, you know? Yeah. Wendy says, good evening, Simon. Sounds like it'll be more challenging to qualify than last year. In my opinion, Wendy, if we perform to the best of our abilities, I don't see... If we perform to the best of our abilities, Wendy, we should get 12 points, honestly. And this is not speaking out of arrogance. This is speaking out of humble confidence. You know, I understand the logic of what you're saying, because you're in a sense, we have a scenario now where we're going to play for sure 2 matches against Central American opposition, versus in the last edition of the Nations League, we took on Honduras at home, and then we took on Haiti, and then Grenada, and then Haiti again. So it was literally one Central American team prior to the quarterfinals. And in fact, the only Central American team we played in the Nations League last year was Honduras and Panama. Honduras in the group stage and Panama in the third place playoff. Whereas this format now, we're going to experience something new under Coach Halgrimson, where he'll be able to play a match against an opponent on Central American soil. He hasn't experienced that just yet. As you know, under Coach Halgrimson, we played Mexico away in the Nations League, where we had that 2-2 draw. We played Canada away, where we won 3-2. We've played the United States away in the Gold Cup and the Nations League. So to take on a team on Central American soil now, that is going to be a new experience for Coach Halgrimson as well, to get that sort of experience of, a raucous crowd and what the conditions are like. So that is a new experience, for sure. Warren Webster says, blessings, JD passing through, bro. Warren Webster, big up yourself, man. Hope you're doing well. When it says just thinking of Guatemala and Honduras, it's compelling, Wendy, because let's say that it is Guatemala in our group. That means that we would play Guatemala 4 times in the space of 12 months, and 4 times. I mean, you have to play who you're drawn against, regardless of whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying, Wendy? If Guatemala's in our group, then we would play Guatemala not 4 times, 3 times. We would play Guatemala September 2024, October 2024, and June 2025. If it is Guatemala, so that'll be 3 times in the space of a year. Well, even less than that when you think about it, really, in the space of 9 months. Both teams are going to be tired of facing each other, versus if it's Honduras, then it's a different complexion of things. Coach Halgrimson can experience an atmosphere or an environment in Tegucigalpa or San Pedro Sula. That will be a different sort of experience for him as well to get himself immersed into, so that would be a compelling one as well. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it happens. Warren Webster says, sorry, Simon. Sorry for what? You're good, man. Oh, Simon. Blessing, Simon. Yeah, man. Cool. Okay. Yes, my bro. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, man. Enough respect, man. See you sleep slamming in those threes, man. Keep up the good work. Right. So Wendy, yeah, Guatemala, Honduras, those environments are quite compelling. Pot 4, Cuba or Guadeloupe at home. The last time we played Guadeloupe was in the Gold Cup in 2021. We recorded a 2-1 victory. As we know, Junior Fleming scored in that game. Prior to that, we played Guadeloupe in Caribbean Cup assignments. We can even go back to the 2010 edition of the Caribbean Cup. Beat Guadeloupe 2-0 in the group stage, went to penalties in the final. We could go back to 2008 as well, where we defeated Guadeloupe in the semi-finals as well. We've had some compelling games against Guadeloupe, I must tell you. They're an opponent that, possess players that both domestic and also ply their trade in France as well. Cuba, our closest neighbor to us, Leones del Caribe, the Lions of the Caribbean, they also a team that can be quite stubborn. They don't give a lot away in terms of space and possession, but certainly an interesting challenge to be presented with in terms of Cuba. And in terms of the teams in Pot 5, with Nicaragua or Suriname, Nicaragua, the last time we faced them would have been 2015 in World Cup qualifying, where we won 2-0. Darren Mattocks and Simon Dawkins on the score sheet there for Jamaica. That was the last time that we took on Nicaragua. So that's another compelling atmosphere there. And Suriname, we've had many different encounters against Suriname. I've played Suriname quite often in recent times as well, But in terms of the head-to-head specifically, Jamaica, we've won 6 times and we've drawn 1 of those matches. In terms of the last 5 matches, Jamaica has won 4 and drawn 1. So we won 1-0 in the Caribbean Cup in 2016, Corey Burke's goal helped us to qualify for the 2017 Gold Cup. After that, you can think about the Nations League, where 1-2-1, where Darren Mattox and Corey Burke scored, to move us a step closer to Gold Cup 2019 qualification. And then the Gold Cup in 2021 having Dexter Dapp's Bobby Reed scoring the goal of the tournament, essentially, and Shamar Nicholson scoring in that 2-0 victory. Then June 2022 in Paramaribo, Suriname, there was a 1-1 draw. And then, of course, the most recent meeting was a 3-1 victory in June of 2022, so yeah, that just gives a perspective on the teams so that you're aware. But again, I want to reiterate, folks, that in terms of the Nations League, what I've just told you is not the group that Jamaica is going to be in. But what I've just said a while ago is this, that the Nations League is following the same format in terms of a Swiss-style format, 6 teams in a group format, top 2 teams advancing to the quarterfinal sort of format. It is following that exact same format. What I'm saying is that last year's edition of the Nations League, it followed a format in terms of the matches and fixtures, right? Where you had Haiti taking on Jamaica twice, and a scenario where you had Haiti playing away to Suriname and at home to Cuba, right? So with all of that being said, if you were to follow that same format for Pot 1 teams for this edition of the Nations League, then it would be a scenario where Jamaica would play Cuba or Guadeloupe at home, one of Honduras or Guatemala on the road and at home, Suriname or Nicaragua on the road, and of course, Honduras or Guatemala at home. All right, so that's the situation there. Well, I'm trying to find a match day program, Mr. Warren Webster. If not, I'm going to reiterate from my brain the experiences so that you're aware. But essentially, there's some match day programs where we've had experiences mentioned from players and so on and so forth. But what I will say is this, right? In Central America, we've read of stories, even in the book Road to Soccer Glory, written by Jimmy Carnegie and also Hubert Lawrence. It spoke about especially Honduras, what it's like, the atmosphere environment where fans would come to the team hotel of the opposition team and beat drums and so on and so forth, or create traffic on a road, so to speak. And fans, by the time you get into the atmosphere, throwing things on the field of play. I haven't seen evidence of this, but opposition teams have spoken about how hostile environments like this are like. But at the end of the day, I'll reiterate what I just said. And come May 6th, which is, can you believe it, next week Monday? So next week Monday, we'll know exactly who's in Jamaica's group. So for me, whoever's in Jamaica's group, we have to be prepared for him. So that's the situation. Well, Nitro, we'll see. I understand exactly what you're saying, but the next thing on the agenda is the Nations League draw, which is on May 6th. So that is something for us to be aware about. And Nitro will see if all 8 will be naturalized for the Dominican Republic. And in the same breath as well, to give 8 debutants or even 6 debutants in a World Cup qualifier, the Dominican Republic would certainly be taking a risk if they plan to give so much debutants in a game. I understand in terms of the importance and everything like that, but to give so much debutants in a game, that's something that will raise an eyebrow or 2 in an away from home fixture as well. That's something that could raise some eyebrows there. So yeah. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. The priority for now, it's of course the World Cup qualifying and the Copa America. But come May 6th, we'll have the draw for the Nations League. And after the draw, we'll have 2024 basically looked after for us in terms of those FIFA windows, so that we can be able to plan accordingly and put all the pieces to the puzzle together so that we can execute exactly what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? So that will be important. So Jamaica in pot 1, right? And we know a team from pot 2 will join Jamaica's group, right? So, yeah, there'll be a team from pot 3 that'll be in Jamaica's group, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Jamaica, a team from pot 4, will be there as well. Also, a team from pot 5 and a team from pot 6 as well. Yeah. So, yeah, that is the scenario. And again, we would have to finish at the top of our group in order to face one of Panama or Canada in the quarterfinals of the Nations League come November. All right? So everybody is clear with that. Okay? So that helps everything there. Yes, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it greatly. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I hope this information was helpful to you guys. I really hope that it was. And again, I say that the Nations League will follow the same format like it did last year in relation to teams in a group, top to a team that advances to the quarterfinals, Swiss-style format. The Nations League will follow that format for the Nations League. Again, we await to see from CONCACAF, the competitions committee of CONCACAF, if it will follow the same format in relation to match fixtures and schedule. And once May 6 comes around, we'll be able to know exactly what we're playing with. But we know the pots. We know the pots. That is public knowledge in relation to who is in pot 2, which is Honduras or Guatemala. Pot 3, which has Trinidad and Tobago and Martinique. Pot 4, which has Cuba and Guadeloupe. Pot 5, which has Nicaragua and Suriname. And pot 6, which has French Guyana or Guyana. So one team from each pot will join Jamaica in a group. We're just not sure if Jamaica will be Group A or Group B. But yeah, we'll see how everything pans out. Jamaica will not face Costa Rica in the group stages or even the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF Nations League. So that's what I'll say. Warren Webster, you have to say that in terms of the calendar year of everything, certainly a lot more matches. And I even did a video that between now and 2026, Jamaica is going to play some 54 games. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself is incredibly important. As a nation, we've played a little over 500 games in our history. And, we're looking forward to what lies ahead. I certainly am, You know how much games we played in 2023? We had 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. We played 16 games in 2013. All right, 16 games in 2013. Sorry, 2023. We played 16 games in 2023. 16 games in 2023. All right. And in 2022, let's just write this down since Warren Webster was talking about a comparison sort of thing in terms of quantity of matches over the years. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Played 14 matches in the calendar year of 2022. And in 2021, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. But 15 matches played in 2021. In the calendar year of 2020, we had 3 matches, as you know, because of COVID. We had a friendly match against Bermuda at the Catherine Hall Montego Bay Sports Complex, and we had 2 matches against Saudi Arabia in Saudi Arabia. In 2019, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But 14 matches in 2019. In 2018, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 matches in 2018. 2017, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 matches in 2017. In 2016, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 matches in 2016. 2015, I'll do this as like the last year, so to speak. 2015, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We had 16 matches in 2015. So 2023 was the first time in 8 years that we played 16 matches in a calendar year. Yeah. Well, Nitro, that is exactly the reason why, especially for a Copa America, you'll have provisional squads before the final 23 is named. But yes, I'm on the same page with you. Depth is incredibly important, bearing in mind the quantity of football that is going to be played. So you're absolutely right. You're spot on there, because think about it. So far this year, we've played 4 matches, right? This is 2024. We played 4 matches already this calendar year. We played Trinidad, home and away. Rather, we played 2 matches against Trinidad, in Trinidad. Then we've had the Nations League against the United States and Panama. So we've played 4 matches already in the calendar year of 2024. We're going to have 2 matches in the World Cup qualifiers, right? That would carry us up to 6. The group stages of the Copa America would carry us to 9. If we go to the final Copa America, that carries us up to 12. September edition of the Nations League carries us up to 14. Right? The October window carries us up to 16. And the quarterfinals of the Nations League in November this year carries up to 18 matches. So this calendar year, we have potentially another 14 matches to be played. So a lot of games to be played, a lot of football still to be played. I'm just thinking, yeah, a lot of football to be played. And it's for us to go out there and get the results that we need. So that is incredibly important. And remember, the Nations League, this cycle, it serves as a qualifier for the 2025 edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you very much for your support. That is much appreciated, guys. Do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary right now.
Reggae Boys invasion of the world. Big side, big side.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beet and thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share.
Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.